Welcome everybody to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Today we have something exciting. We're going to bring animation to life, and not just slides. We're actually going to do the whole 9 yards with Rico. I'm so excited. We're going to learn a program called Blender.
Okay.
It's a free tool, but it is complicated. So with that, I'd like to welcome everyone. Carl, happy birthday. How you doing? Mr. Dan Sissick. Leon, like the sunglasses. Sean Chun. And my co-host, Chris Peters. Without ado, Rico, what you got?
Hello, folks. So I'm back again here to help you with this tool, and this very hard tool to learn, that's Blender. Well, first of all, I would like to say that Blender is not so easy to learn as any other animation program, as Maya, the old Lightwave or After Effects. They are all very, very hard to learn because we can create with many possibilities and with our way of doing things. So I always talk here about the workflow of a project, of a job, or of any kind of artistic creation. So first of all, we need to develop our way of doing things, okay? So I have my own ways, and I don't know if they are the best of all or if they are the fastest way of doing things, but I can do everything that I want, okay? So talking about animation, first of all, it's not so easy to, because animation is not only moving things, it's bringing things to life. So that is the challenge here. So moving things, it's what PowerPoint and other slideshows does. They do. Sorry. So we can move things. Okay, all right, no problem. But animation is a little bit harder to do. So I'm going to share a screen, and I'll share a link with you in the chat screen too, because I think that we need to talk first about animation concepts, okay, and principles. So I'm going to share the screen right now. Okay. So can you see this? I took a very
yes, we see it.
Okay, it's a nice and easy and minimalist example of how animation works. So I got it on Tumblr because I have a tutorial on YouTube about this, but it's very complicated to talk about animation principles. So here I could find the 12 principles in an easy way of understanding this. So I'm going to share this link with you right now, and later you can learn a little bit more about this. If I enter this subject right now, we are going to waste a lot of time. So you need to learn this, you need to understand this later, okay? I'm just going to give you a fast preview about what is this. The most important thing to understand about animation, and
so you don't need to. We need to. I want to get it anyways because
Kareem, can you mute Leon, please? Thank you.
Okay. So the most important thing that's inside of each of these principles are, we have physics in life, okay? We have gravity, we have many other forces in real life. So if you want to give the viewer the idea of bringing things to life, you need to consider our real world, okay? So now I'm going to open Blender, and I'm going to open a project that I had to do last quick, an animated project, a nice one, and I'm going to show this first, and then we are going to talk about how to use Blender to create this. Okay, so first of all, opening Blender. Blender is like a kind of spaceship, you know. You open it and you get crazy and open it, because it's like a spaceship to travel. I'm not going to talk about interface and buttons and shortcuts without using it. I think the best way of learning things is using these things. So I'm going to open a project. Okay. Not here.
This is a project that you worked on previously, at a previous time, Ricardo?
I don't know if I had opened it. Oh, no problem. Ricardo, Rico, crazy guy, no problem.
Is your last name Garcia, or how do you say your last name? Graça?
Graça.
Graça, okay.
Yes,
I thought it was
that's
Garcia, but yeah.
No problem. I'm not be offended with this.
Well, I still want to get your name right, dude.
Okay, Graça.
That's out of respect, right?
Okay, that's it, no problem.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to open another screen here. Okay. Yes, I can use Blender, for example, to create a kind of PowerPoint animation like this one here, motion graphics in screen, and for real animation, character animation. But the best thing to understand about Blender is that it has a spaceship interface, but it's easy to use. Okay, so we are going to see this right now. I'm just opening this for you, just to you to understand that we can do many kind of things here. Okay, and using shortcuts and mouse buttons, we can work very nice with Blender, very smooth with Blender. So that's why I'm opening all of those screens for you. Okay. Yes, this one was a little bit more complicated because I had to use bones with 2D graphics. Blender is a 3D program, a 3D software, but we can use it for many kinds of stuff. I can use it for composition, special effects, and many things. So here I used bones. You can see it here over this hand and arm here to do this little animation. So how to work with Blender? Okay, I will start with 2D graphics, because I think that understanding 2D graphics animation, you can use it and you are going to understand it for 3D graphics. Okay, so let's start with 2D first. Okay, I'm going back to the original screen, empty project. Okay, so Blender always start with this cube inside of the basic project. So to delete this or any kind of object in 3D screen, I just need to select the object. The selection in Blender, inside Blender, is with the right button. So I can select the cube with the right button, right mouse button, okay, and just pressing delete, this pop-up screen with OK delete will appear, will pop up, and we just press delete. Okay, to rotate the screen, I can use the middle mouse button. Okay, I press it and I move the mouse. So I move the screen. Okay. To go back to the camera view, you can go here, view and camera, and you back to the camera view. Okay. If you want any other kind of view, you can go to the view and select left, right, back, front, bottom, top. Okay. So camera will show the camera view. Okay. Again, if I want to move the screen, I press middle button mouse and I move the mouse. Okay. Blender has a nice resource that is all shortcuts and all mouse buttons will work only over the cursor screen. What it means, if I move the cursor over any other screen, the shortcuts and the buttons will work only inside of that view, inside of that screen, or inside that module. Okay, so if I am here inside of over those panels here, the shortcuts will work only here. Okay, so back to the viewport, to the main viewport, and pressing, for example, the 0 key on keyboard, I'll go back to the camera view. If your computer is it's not a desktop, it's a notebook, for example, we need to set up this, and I'm going to show it a little bit later. Okay, but with a desktop computer, just press 0 on keyboard over the numeric part of the keyboard, and you are going to back to the camera view. So using the numpad, the numeric keyboard, we can travel inside of the cameras. We can change cameras. So the number 1 goes to the front view, the number 7 goes to the top view, and again 0 goes to the camera view. Okay, but with a notebook we need to set up this. I'm going to show it a little bit later, so don't be frustrated with this right now.
Quick question, Rico.
Okay.
Because I possibly read too much and I need to act more.
Okay.
But here's a question for me, just out of curiosity. I saw that there was 3D models you can put in here, and that's kind of what makes the animation video. My question is, are the 3D models already made, or do you make them, or how do they get integrated like that cube was there?
Okay, it's a little complicated to explain this because Blender, as I said, it's a spaceship. So basically we can do any kind of animation and we can create any kind of object. For example, here inside this screen I can create pressing spacebar. It will work on notebooks or desktops. If I press spacebar, I have many options here. But if I start to write cube, for example, I have a shortcut for add cube. If I press the left button over here, I will create a cube. Okay? I will press delete to delete it. And again, pressing spacebar, if I start writing, for example, sphere,